Good morning. I wanted to make a quick video to just relay an experience that I had a few months ago now. I want to say it was probably about 3 months ago. I had an out-of-body experience, and what happened was I was in a dream state, and because some time has passed by, I don't remember exactly what the dream was, but at some point during the dream, which is what usually happens with me, is I test my reality. So I was able to like jump up and fly. So that at that point I realized this is a dream. I can control it. And what I did this time was I was experimenting with a technique that I had heard another out-of-body experiencer talk about in a video. And this technique involves just commanding your space, your reality, commanding what you want to happen. And I had some success with this in the past in some of my other videos. If you look, where I just said I command for this or that to happen, or I command to go through the ceiling, and it would happen. So this time what I did was I said I command to go to the halls of a mentee, which is kind of a big request, but I figured let's see what happens. So instead of trying to physically travel somewhere, I had read that what you can do is just close your eyes and make the command, and when you like open your eyes, even though closing your eyes, like when you're out of body, it's kind of a weird thing to describe because you're not in your body. But in that state, I closed my eyes. I said I command to go to the halls of a mentee, and when I opened my eyes, it seemed like I was in a house, just a regular house, and there were different rooms, and I was navigating through the rooms. There wasn't a lot of stuff in the house. It was kind of dark, but light enough that you could see, almost like how it would be in your house at night if you were walking through your house. So where I was, I can't tell you, but I was walking through the house, and as I came into this one room, there was somebody standing there, and the way I will describe him is it was a male. He was in like a hoodie type thing, and I don't know if it was like a robe that went all the way down or if it was just like a long hoodie of some sort, but it was hooded. And I looked at his face, and his face was sort of like an older person. There wasn't very much expression. He was just kind of staring, not scary, not friendly, it was just very neutral. And so what I did was I grabbed his shoulders because I wanted to feel him, like, are you real? And I put my hands on his arms right here, just kind of grabbed him and looked at him, and I was feeling him, and like it felt like a real person, very real. I felt his soft flesh in my hands, and I was like, but there was no expression there was no anything, and I wouldn't say I was scared. I didn't feel fear or anything like that. I just felt like I need to keep going because I had a goal to see the halls of a mentee. So I felt him. I was like, wow, I felt a being out of my body. I don't know if it was being or just a person or somebody who crossed over, and I can't tell you. I could just speculate and just tell you what I saw. So then I kept going, and then I was in another room and that's pretty much the whole experience. And at some point, maybe 2 rooms down, I found myself like getting pulled back into my body, because it's kind of hard to sustain the out-of-body state, because once you get excited or feel any kind of emotion or a strong sense of anything, any kind of emotion, you feel yourself getting pulled back. And once you start thinking, oh, I'm getting pulled back in my body, bam, like you start to wake up. And that's what happened. But I wanted to get this experience down because it happened a few months ago, and it's sometimes hard for you to keep remembering and experience as time passes, and that's what I use this YouTube channel for myself to remember all these things. Another thing I wanted to mention was this morning I watched a really good podcast on a man that has out-of-body experiences. He also has a channel that focuses a lot on UFO encounters, but this particular podcast was on the Jeff Mara podcast, M-A-R-A, and the man's name was Preston Dennett, and apparently he's written a lot of books. He seemed, very humble spirit. He talked a lot about his out-of-body experiences going back to 1986, and it was after his mom passed away that he developed an interest to, I want to know what happened to my mom. I want to know where she went. And over the years, he developed the ability to have out-of-body experiences. It resonated a lot with me because that's what got me into also looking at near-death experiences, looking at nearing death awareness, and then eventually learning about other things such as the out-of-body state and how to achieve it, how to go see things that you want to see when you're out of your body, right? Because it helps us to deal with our number one fear as humans, which is usually the fear of death, which, right, we're all gonna experience it. So how do we deal with this? And so anyway, I found his podcast really, really interesting. He hit on a lot of points in a very simple, understandable way, and was able to have visits from his mother, and to even to the point where when he would have his out-of-body experiences, eventually souls that had passed away that maybe didn't know that they had passed away, that he was able to help them to cross over while he was out of his body. He was able to have shared out-of-body experiences with other people that do that, and then to be able to go and physically wake up, drive to a location, verify the information that he saw when he was out of his body. So it was just really fascinating. I wanted to recommend it if anybody is looking for content that's meaningful, easy to understand, free. Look him up. His name is Preston Dennett. So anyway, that's the end of my video. Thank you. And I appreciate all you guys, even if it's just a few people watch my videos, and I hope it's helpful. Drop a comment down below. Let me hear from you. I love to hear from anybody who's watching my content. Thanks.